Hey, welcome. Today we're going to talk about the secret to actually hitting those huge life-changing goals. And here's a little spoiler. It's not about some superhuman effort. Nope, it's about something way smaller and honestly a lot more powerful.
I mean, you've been there, right? You've got this massive goal in your head. Maybe it's writing a book, starting a business, or finally getting in shape. But the goal is just so huge that you're totally intimidated. You don't even know where to start. So you just don't.
Well, there's actually a name for that feeling of being paralyzed. It's called the all-or-nothing trap. And it's that mindset where you're so focused on the amazing finish line that you completely forget about taking that very first step. And because of that, you never even get into the race. So let's dig into this idea, this mountain that feels impossible to climb. Let's really get why focusing only on that big final picture can so often totally backfire on us. It actually creates this really nasty cycle. You start by setting this awesome, huge goal. But then, almost immediately, the overwhelm hits. That leads to procrastination, the whole I'll do it tomorrow thing. And then comes the guilt, which just sucks all your energy until, poof, you give up. It's a horrible, self-defeating loop. But what if there's a better way to do this? What if it's time to stop staring at the top of the mountain and start looking for something right at your feet? It's time to talk about discovering the gold nugget. See, this is the whole shift in perspective. Instead of being obsessed with some massive far-off treasure chest, your new job is to find one single, real gold nugget that's right there in front of you. All of a sudden, the journey becomes a fun treasure hunt, not some impossible climb.
So what are these nuggets? We call them small wins. And look, it's not just any tiny little task. A small win is a concrete, meaningful step forward that you can actually finish in a pretty short amount of time. We're talking about things like writing just one paragraph, or sending that one important email, or even just going for a 10-minute walk.
Now, this isn't just some cute metaphor. There is actual science behind why this works so well. So let's take a look at what's really happening inside your brain every single time you find one of these little gold nuggets.
Every single time you complete one of these small wins, you are literally giving your brain a reward. You're rewiring it for success, and it creates a chemical reaction that just makes you want to keep on going. It all comes down to this really powerful motivation loop. So, you complete a small task, bam. Your brain releases a little hit of dopamine, that's the feel-good chemical. That dopamine gives you this jolt of pleasure and motivation, which then energizes you for the next task. You see? You're not forcing yourself anymore. You're building a genuine desire to keep moving forward.
Okay, so you found a couple of nuggets. That's great. But how does that turn into the giant treasure you were hoping for in the first place? Well, this is where the magic really happens. It's called the snowball effect.
I want you to remember this. Every massive achievement in history, every empire that was ever built, every masterpiece ever created, it all started with just one single step, one small win, one gold nugget.
And just think about how this adds up. On day 1, you've got one win. Feels kind of small, right? But by day 5, you've got 5. By day 10, you've got a little pile going. And over weeks and months, that consistent, steady effort builds into something huge. It really is a snowball effect, where each win builds on the last one, creating this incredible, unstoppable momentum.
And of course, this is not a new idea. This is ancient wisdom. Thousands of years ago, Lao Tzu knew that you don't conquer epic journeys in a single jump. You do it by patiently taking one single step after another. Okay, so how do you actually use this in your life, like right now? Let's get practical. Let's talk about how you can start your own personal treasure hunt today. All right, putting this into practice is surprisingly simple. First thing, take your big goal and break it down into the absolute smallest possible steps you can think of. Then, your only job for today is to complete one of those steps, just one. Next, and this part is so important, you have to actually acknowledge that you did it. Celebrate it. Give yourself a little pat on the back. And then, you just do it again tomorrow. That's it. That's the whole system.
So that leaves us with one final, really important question. Forget about the giant mountain for just a second. Just look down at the path right in front of you. What's the one small, concrete, meaningful step you can take? What gold nugget will you find today?